By the way, this is the first time we're doing a stage, so we're excited just to try it out. This is like a new thing that Discord has. Um, so the point of this one is like, as you guys know, we're running the Beyond Beta. We've been doing it for many weeks now,
Yeah.
and there's still a lot of work to go. But we know a lot of people have been testing the game and giving us a ton of feedback over Discord and email. So we just wanted to give a chance to answer any questions or talk to some of the people that have been playing it. We'll just go around really quick and introduce ourselves and what we do on at Computer Lunch and on Sell to Singularity. So I'm Lunch, also known as Andrew. I'm the head director, and I do like some game design, and I mostly try to make sure everything's going in the right direction. Um, and I'm also a programmer, and I really like Sell to Singularity. So let's see. We'll go around. I guess Emily, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi. If any of you guys watch the live streams, then you probably know my face pretty well. I'm Emily. I am a social media manager, content creator, and assistant producer here at Computer Lunch. I often work on making contests for you guys, even though we're on hold right now. But yeah, we're really happy to have you here. This is a great space to be in. I'm super excited to be trying something new on Discord.
Yeah. Who else do we got in the chat? We got Ryan, the mysterious turtle icon.
Yeah, so I do a lot of the development work. If you've noticed something broken in your game, probably it was me that broke it. I'll give it a 70% chance of me breaking it. Yeah, so I mostly do development work, pretty much implementing systems and yeah, fixing fires, I guess.
Yeah, whenever we see, so we know there's always a lot of bugs, but sometimes there'll be like a critical bug that is breaking people's things. So if you were playing the beta yesterday, you might have noticed that on the Mesozoic Valley, the rank up button would show up, and it was preventing people from being able to play the dinosaur section. So we were like, "Oh no, this is blocking people." So Ryan had to quickly fix the bug and then get another patch out. So those are some of the fires.
Yeah, I mean, I caused the fire, but that's okay.
Yeah, with development, unfortunately, there's always like new bugs and fires that occur, and keeping an eye on them. In the beta process, like that's the whole reason we're doing this big open beta, so we can work out as many of those issues and kind of like just get the gameplay improved, but also the stability of the game. Cool, and we also have we have Hanero. Want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello. And people know me also as Sales Beta, Sales Support. My name is Genaro. I'm the QA lead. I am responsible of keeping track of bugs, feedback from players, like making like everything run smoothly in the development area. Also, I'm managing the beta. The beta test, I'm responsible of adding new people in and managing all this stuff and also writing the patch notes. A lot of work. But
Yeah.
yeah, also I help also a little bit with game design and general QA as well.
Yeah, I know it's very involved in a lot of aspects of the game development. Also, if you did join the beta and you're on Android, Hanero had to personally add your email to over 2,000 people that are in the beta.
Yeah.
I think there's about maybe 3,000 people almost, like across Android and iOS. On Steam, yeah, Steam, we don't know the numbers because we're not able to track the number of players on Steam, but there's probably, yeah, maybe 4,000 people that have tried the beta so far.
Yeah. It has been crazy. We really appreciate all the turnout of people like really interested in trying the Beyond, and all your feedback has been really useful to shape the expansion so far. And I think that it's pretty awesome. We're really excited.
Yeah, we really thank you for playing. So we also have another guest here. We have Alexander King. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I was just planning to lurk. I didn't.
We got you.
Hello. Yeah. My name's Alexander King, and I'm a game designer and pretty new to Computer Lunch. Just have been working in this, I guess, in 2021, since the beginning of the year, on the economy and progression tuning and things like that, balancing the numbers of the game. So working pretty closely with Hanaro, Andrew, and John Rhee as well, and with an associate of mine who's not here, named Anna Maria. The two of us have been working on that domain of the game.
Yeah, and Alexander is what you could call a games economist. So in idle games, like numbers and buying things and production speeds are a huge part of the game. They really are the game, and it really dips into like economics almost, like rate of growth and buying power. So and then when you have numbers that are so high, like millions, trillions, billions, it just like it starts to enter into a new realm of science for the tuning. So Alexander's you're helping us with that process.
Yeah, love a spreadsheet. I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I think the tools that you use as a game designer kind of define kind of what aspect you're doing. So like as you just said, like you're in Microsoft Excel a lot of the time, just looking at numbers and checking prices and running equations in there. Whereas like I might be in Unity or Photoshop or something. So we all use like different tools to contribute to the process.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So yeah, Sir H, like should we just look at some of these questions, or if I guess so for you guys that are joining us, I believe the way it works is you can like somehow you can raise your hand, and then if you have a question, you'll get an opportunity to ask the question, and then we will do our best to answer it. So Sir H, how does it work? Do you pick out the I see there's like a little notification about a hand.
We were just planning mainly to just answer the questions that are typed out in the AMA questions channel, since I feel like that'd be simpler, unless people don't want to type, they'd rather talk, I guess, then they could raise their hand.
I'm okay with an audio question. Why don't we try one or two audio questions, just since this is an audio format? And then if they're really crazy, or if you guys yell at us, then we might just read the questions. What do you think, Sir H? Should we try a few audio questions?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I'll just invite someone to speak.
Yeah, why don't you get Christ Stanley?
If they're gonna... I thought I just accepted your speak. There you go.
Hello, I'm Chris Atonia. Hi, Critonia.
Hi.
I'm one of the earliest beta testers. I've just always wondered, what even made you guys think of this game? Like, it just seems so ambitious. Like, every man's always had the thought of making it, but why did you make it? Like, what faith?
I like how you said like every person had the ambition to make it. I think it is kind of something that makes a lot of sense to make like a game about the whole history of evolution. So I think we just started small. Like we started with a really small part of the game. If some of you have been playing for a long time, the game was not as ambitious in the beginning. It just started small, and then it kept getting bigger, and we were hoping to, because of the format of the game, it allows us to add new sections. So as long as players are excited to play it, we're going to keep building onto it.
Thank you for answering.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
thanks
for the question.
yeah, thank you.
I had to move him back. Oh, there he goes.
Cool. Let's take a look at some of the written questions. So Sir H, do you want to like maybe read some of them, and then as a group we'll answer them?
Sure. Do you think that nanobots are OP?
I do, but I love it. But
I
just a
think that
little bit, like not too
it
much.
depends in how to use them because, for example, if you want to get some achievements, they're pretty useful. Uh, but yeah, usually also depends on your offline production, and also if you like stack them. Like for example, with the auto clicker boost, the silver comment that increase 30 times, and you stack it with the nanomods, yeah, they get pretty powerful.
They're ideal for people like me who have wrist problems. So I
Yeah.
try to utilize the nanobots whenever I can.
Yeah, we created them because well, we wanted the game to kind of play itself. Uh, for idle games, like it's like in the beginning you usually tap to earn currency, but then very quickly you buy these generators that earn stuff for you. And I think even beyond that concept, if like what if the game just played itself for you and like bought things for you too, so you don't even have to optimize it. Um, a funny aspect of that is like actually for our own testing right now, the game is so big and takes so long to play that we've been talking about building something like the nanobots, but for our testing, so we can have the gameplay itself. I know Alexander, you're doing a lot of like you're looking at the economy at a very big like a zoomed out lens, but it's still the process like of having to play through the whole thing. So we've talked a little bit about like building an AI that plays the game to understand the system. What what would be the benefit of doing something like that, or how might that look?
Yeah, it's funny. I think when you're a player of a game like this, you can probably get a sense of where there's, I don't know, this section is happening too fast, or certainly when something's too slow. But it's because it's so big and expansive, it's really hard to find those moments as the designer. And my kind of instinctive approach was to model it, was to like make a little simulation of the game that you could run in Excel or something like that. But because it's so there's so much to the game, and there's so many different sections. Yeah, even our first little auto buyer was just the nanobots turned into but it would print out how it did, basically like infinite nanobots, and it tells you how far it got into the game, lets you like quickly tune some things and then run that, and then you can compare it and see if it's good or not. And so I just think it's really funny that the nanobots are both a like an in-game power, but also like a useful development tool. It's the first time I think I've seen something like that.
Yeah, it's it's a funny aspect of idle games that that we would have to build something to play the game for you, and that it would be a benefit to the player because like they don't even have to play it at a certain level. Um, cool. Yeah. You got another question for us, Sir H?
Um, a little question by Loki Moore. How will the Beyond interact with the main tree? Will there be new upgrades as you rank up, like with the Valley?
Yeah, this is something we have a few ideas, but we haven't really thought too much about it yet. Because for players of the game, like as you play the Mesozoic Valley, for each rank that you rank up, you get a percentage speed increase to the main simulation. So we could do something like that. That's not hard to do. Um, but we probably need to brainstorm a little bit to figure out what to do exactly. I don't know. Did Ryan? Did you have any thoughts on that? Like I know you've been
Yeah,
doing the constellation system, yeah, but
yeah. So we might do something similar to the Mesozoic. Yeah, obviously having ranks scale power ranks giving I guess more speed in the main simulation. But I think we also are planning to do something similar to the dinosaurs, where uh I guess you would unlock kind of like an offshoot tree on the main. I think we are still thinking whether or not we want to do something like that. So I guess, for example, in the Mesozoic Valley, if you get far enough, you unlock like alligators, I believe, or something on the main tree. We might do something similar to that, where you'd be, I guess, starting to unlock maybe some astronomy nodes offshoot to the main tree that are only unlockable by completing, I guess, certain ranks in the Beyond. We've begun talks on that, but not entirely nailed down yet.
Yeah, this is the astronomy content. So, like the Beyond right now focuses a lot on the actual celestial bodies, like the planets, the phenomena in space. But there's another category of like space-related content, which is astronomy, and that has a lot more to do with humans' history of discovering space. And we think that's more well suited for the main simulation. So yeah, as Ryan said, probably it'll work similar to the reptiles, where as you get deeper into the beyond, you'll also unlock more content on the main tree. And actually, we've done a lot of the astronomy content, but we're deciding to hold off until we finish the beyond because we're just we didn't want to get distracted, so we're waiting until after the beyond to get the astronomy content. Emily, did you have any other thoughts on the astronomy? I know you were kind of involved in some of that content. I just wonder if you have any other insights into that.
I'm really excited for it personally. I just think it'll be a really great bridge between the Beyond and the main tree. It'll connect things together and it'll help flesh out some of that background that astronomers and historians have provided for us in discovering more about the universe. So I'm just really excited to see it and to be able to work on it because I think the content going into it is going to be really cool.
Yeah, so TLDR, yes, there will be. Probably. Something on the main tree or some unlockable feature that you'll get on the main tree by doing the Beyond. Whether or not it's tied to power, as in speeding up your main simulation or anything like that, we're not entirely sure yet.
Yeah, very very good question though, and that reminds us we have to think more about it. Looks like we got another question. So, Sarich, I'm just gonna invite them to speak and see what happens. Hello, IMTV.
Hello there. I have a question. Is there a plan on adding more constellations into the Beyond, like Orion constellation or something else?
The ball's in my court. So yeah, I mainly work on the constellations, or mainly worked on constellations, and yes, the plan was, at least for the first release of the Beyond, we'd have like the 12 zodiacs. And then as we get further and further into the Beyond, we were thinking about releasing more constellations, uh, just over time. And this is additionally to the 12 that we have on release that you guys can play right now in the Beyond. So Orion, yeah, there's a lot of them, a lot of constellations in the sky, I guess. And which ones we choose, we're not entirely sure yet. I mean, I was thinking about just asking, what you guys would like. Uh, and yeah, I mean, more constellations, probably yes.
We did
MTV.
have a constellation contest in the past, and the winner of that, it was suggested to put it in the constellation tree or
We
in
could do
the.
that.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, we could definitely do something like that. But I mean, yeah, of course, the plan, or I want to push for more constellations in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, and if enough people on social request more constellations, then we'll definitely be considering it.
Yeah, we want to get more in. MTV, do you have a favorite constellation that we should add?
I have Orion since it's
All
one of
right.
the
Yeah.
most famous ones, and I sort of missed on it. I know there's the Zodiac constellations, but Orion's also like a pretty popular one. So I thought that should also be in the game.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like Orion, there's a lot of big constellations that I know we don't have that are quite popular. I mean, obviously we have like Big Dipper, Little Dipper, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was really hard to pick. When I was initially making this system, it was really hard to pick them. It's just because there's so many. So I just focused on, okay, the Zodiac is already like a set 12, so that's kind of where I picked those from. And yeah, I mean, again, like Emily said, like fans really strongly want a certain one. Well, I guess we're forced to put it in, right?
And,
At the very
uh,
least, we'll be talking about it with the whole team.
yeah, so cool. Yeah, great question. Let's see. We got another speaker. We got Leopold. Or Leopard. How's it going, Leopard?
Hello.
Yeah, I can't read.
So I got a question. Maybe it's asked more than people asked me before me, but I want an answer if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right. So did you guys start this as like a couple of people, like one person then inspired the others, or what?
Yeah, I started programming this about 3.5 years ago, and I love idle games, specifically like Adventure Communist and Cookie Clickers. So I really wanted to build an idle game, and I also am really into kind of like a biological science, like the history of evolution, and it seemed like a perfect match to talk about the tree of life. So we started with a prototype. The prototype took about 3 to 4 months, and we put it up on the Android store. And then we just kept working on it, just kept updating it, and it kind of grew and grew and started to get popular. And the popularity allowed us to bring on some more people to help out in the beginning as like freelancers, but now we have a few full-time people and actually a pretty sizable team working on it. So.
Oh, okay. So it's like the team, like like people you knew, correct?
Yeah, it's I think everyone I knew. So Cell Support, our Hanero, he worked on our previous game called Mamahawk. And we also worked on a VR game together. So those are some other projects. Ryan, the guy doing the constellations, he just happened to be in the same video game. Like there's a co-working space that we all work together in, but usually we work on different games. But Ryan has a RPG game that he was working on, but then I asked him to help out with this, and he was available. And then Emily, you're friends with Olga, our technical artist. That's how we met you.
Yeah, I've worked with Olga in the past at another company, so I feel like the mobile games industry in New York is pretty small, so a lot of people know each other.
Yes.
Yeah, and then actually Alexander, he wrote a paper on idle games, and we used the paper to do some of the tuning on the initial prototype. And he happened to be in New York City where we're located too, so it worked out.
Yeah, that was such a funny small world moment when Andrew originally reached out to me. We realized I teach at NYU that where I was like like a 15-minute walk from where you were, just by chance. You just reached out. I could have been anywhere in the world, and just happened to be like in the local neighborhood. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, and there's like idle games specifically, there's only about like 3 or 4 papers on it. Yeah, Alexander happened to write one of them. So
the second best one.
Second best one.
Wow.
I guess the best one is made by Anthony?
Anthony Piccarella. Yeah, you can't beat him. His stuff is really good.
He's the producer on Adventure Capitalist. However, now he doesn't work at Congregate anymore. Now he's working at Temple Run. The people that make Temple Run. Right. He's the lead product person over there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's my question. Just my question. But can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I've been playing your game since it was in early access. Whenever you launch the game, you just pick the resolution and the quality and stuff right before you actually put it in game.
I remember that. Yeah, when it would pop up.
Yeah.
Then Ryan did the resolution settings, so it's much nicer.
Yeah, I've been playing the game since then. I actually spend a lot of time on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully you can spend a lot more as we introduce new content. Hey, Leopard. So since you've been playing a long time, what is like the most what are you most excited about for the game to do?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
Good answer. Thank you so much for playing for so long and for sticking with us. It means a lot to us.
And thanks for providing an awesome game for us.
Yeah, thanks a lot. All right, we got another question. We got error. Yeah, thanks a lot. We got error 404.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes,
yeah.
we do.
Okay. My question is this: for the who is helping you for the Beyond in getting you all of your information for?
That would be Nisa. So Nisa is our head researcher. She is the one that well, usually, so when we do an expansion like the Dinosaurs or the Beyond, we'll usually talk a little bit about the concept, like what the major content that'll be in there. For example, the Beyond has planets and moons and some phenomena. And then after we discuss kind of the overall direction, then Nisa will kind of be set off to the task like, okay, she'll have to research and learn everything about these topics. So she does all the tooltips that you see in the game, like all the short descriptions. Those are all researched by her, and she comes up with a lot of the enhancement cards. For example, like Venus, she'll have to figure out what are interesting facts about Venus and then write about them.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was the guest on our last Twitch stream. So if you're curious about her process or anything, I recommend checking that out. It's up on our YouTube channel. I think it's still available on our Twitch page as well.
Air 404, are you interested in the research process of? Oh, okay, you left. Okay.
Sorry, I kicked him out.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we do try to. The research is a big part of it. We do a lot of research. We probably should get an expert. That's one thing we don't have, like an official like astronomer expert. But if you guys know any astronomers, ask them to play the game and tell us if something's wrong.
I think the game itself makes a pretty good job balancing between like the science thing and with the fun aspect, because I have like seen like people that want to make like a science accurate game 100% accurate, but doesn't work as well. So you need to like balance that thing out. So yeah, you also have to make sure that your game is fun.
That's like Sid Meier, the civilization designer, always says that there's like you want to have the real world stuff is what makes it interesting and fun, but it also needs to be entertaining. Like it's like the sometimes being, as you say, Henry, like sometimes being too linked to accuracy can like hurt the game. So you need to have that kind of balance.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And I have a feeling a lot of our players actually have played like Civilization, so I think there is some overlap with that vibe. Let's do another question. So we got Samara or Samari.
Oh, what's the question?
I think they are not. We're
not doing a written one?
We can do a written one. It looks like I let them speak, but they're not speaking. So I think maybe I don't know what happened.
We could just go read a question. They're probably not looking right now.
Okay. Yeah, let's do some written questions.
Okay, so a little question from Vernon. Will the reality engine from the main sim have nodes from the Beyond?
Yeah, it'll the terminus chamber with the glass nodes. We're gonna add probably 3 more like achievements that you unlock. So that'll happen. It would be cool to get some reality engine nodes that you unlock through the Beyond. I know we were talking about that earlier. We just have to do some brainstorming to think about what that is. Let's see. We got some more audio questions. I'm gonna go to the Cedar. Let's see. Hey, the Cedar. Okay, I guess the Cedar didn't work. Let's try reason for Greason. The Greason. Reason for the Greason. Do you have a question? Hey, how's it going?
I would like to ask a question. It's a very short one. So
Yeah.
will post-human added to the game? You know, like post-humans, like
Post-human. Mhm.
advance in the beyond. You get to see like in the primary simulator what future versions of humanity would look like. You know, like the thing you did with the Mesozoic Valley.
We are also hoping to do some post-human content. I know we have that. We have like androids as superhumans on the main tree. I think we do want players. We do want to talk about humanity's voyage outside of the solar system, and I think the concept of the I always say it wrong. Not the Cartesian scale or
Kardashev scale?
Kardashev scale. Yeah, we love the idea of the Kardashev scale.
Kardashev,
So we do want to tell that story of like Civilization 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right now, we're really trying to see where the beyond lands, like what it feels like once we release the solar system expansion, and then we'll probably start thinking about how do we get the future of humanity in there. So it's a little unknown for us at the moment, but we know people want that, and we're thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can further expand on that. When we were prototyping the Beyond way back when we started, we actually did plan on having kind of like pretty much post-human or futurist kind of ideas associated. So like, we had like Venus mines and whatever, trying to build Dyson swarms or Dyson spheres. And those are definitely still ideas I think we're still interested in, but I mean, just working out and building out the Beyond to where it is right now, or we're just exploring celestial bodies, like it's huge, right? It's a lot of stuff. So yeah, hopefully, like once we get farther into the Beyond's, I guess, product cycle or life cycle, like we could get some cool post-human stuff. I mean, I want to push for aliens. Probably not, but
Sounds cool. You should add them into the games too at some point.
yeah, ancient aliens.
Or aliens, but they're just bacteria.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, even I think a few of you guys playing the beta test were like, "What is this new currency?" Like you saw like the yellow currency. That was
Yeah, that's I started it in the live stream. That's energy, you know, the thing for the civilizations.
exactly. Yeah, so that's just like a relic from when we were prototyping. So we do indeed like the ideas of going into the future and exploring future stuff. But yeah, again, like just current Beyond where it is doing celestial bodies and stuff. Like yeah, that's just a lot bigger than we expected. Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see if like speculative evolution will be added into the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely something we do want to explore.
And Ryan, you're a big fan of the show The Expanse, which is kind of the story of humans going out into the solar system.
Yeah. I mean, that was a lot of inspiration came from that TV show. Yeah.
Thanks for your question, Greason.
The reason for the Greason. All right, let's get Crestonia has another question, so let's hear it. Oh wait, I guess if their dot is gray, that means they're not there. We'll get. Oh, there they are. Okay. Hey, how's it going?
Sorry,
again?
I just have a question. What made you choose I have a couple questions. Is that okay? Or only one question?
Yeah. Shoot, go for it.
I have one question: is what made you choose the phrase "time is born as matter turns into energy and the beyond moves into focus"?
Oh yeah, so that's the message because it used to say "beyond coming soon," and now it says.
What made you choose that?
Well, we chose that. Yeah, we wanted to be philosophical because it said "beyond coming soon" for like over a year and a half, and we don't know exactly when the Beyond is going to be officially released. So we didn't want to say something specific. So we wanted to be kind of mysterious, and so what? But the concept I think is supposed to. It's like. We wanted to tell players that we are officially working on it, and that it is starting to come into focus, which it is now coming into focus. But we also did not want to say like, "Hey, it's coming."
It's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not out yet. So we wanted to be mysterious. Yeah, that's what we were thinking.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, another question is, I was wondering, do you think you could add an option so that we could see the beginning of the solar system, like seeing like we do in the main simulation, we see Earth as a magma ball, the ball of magma. Do you think you could do that so that way we could see like the solar system, its whole solar system, as its past forms, rather than just one planet?
Are you talking about like the planets in the solar system, like the beginning, like Jupiter forming, and so like seeing the solar system form? Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Because I mean, you already have it for Earth. You already do have it for Earth.
Yeah, we have to figure out what those planets look like. Like for Jupiter, for example, is it just start off as like a gas? It's just a bunch of gas that's like coming together.
Actually, yes. I actually remember. I had to do a research on a paper for Jupiter. It
Mhm.
actually started out as nothing besides stardust, and then it slowly but surely condensed over time.
Yeah, we would have to. So the only reason we haven't done it is because it is difficult to visualize. So for Jupiter, like right now in the beta, when you unlock Jupiter, it's fully formed. And so we would have to change it so when you initially unlock it, it's just some gas. And then once you get to like rank 2, it like starts to form a little bit more. And then eventually it becomes Jupiter. So we have to do a lot of artwork to figure it out. But
that's a good point. I was just thinking more of like it's I don't know the word for it. Oh yeah, static. Like you just hit a button and then it just shows you that form of the solar system. It's just static. It like in the beginning, like let's say you're rank 7, you can automatically just press a button and it would show you the beginning. You wouldn't, but like, let's say you're rank 3 and you unlock Jupiter, it'll be fully formed. But as you go further in, you learn more about the past. So you can go into the past and see its previous forms.
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds cool. I think we have to do a lot of research.
That was what happened though with the Mesozoic Valley. You could see everything from the beginning, but then we slowly learned everything that happened afterwards. As we dug deeper and delved into the fossils.
Oh, right. Yeah. I guess the Mesozoic Valley is like it goes in the past. Yeah, I'm not sure. So, but for you, it would be very interesting to see what the planets look like. I guess 1 billion years ago, because you're talking about like 1 billion years.
Millions.
In the past. Millions and millions.
It's like 35 billion or whatever. I don't mean as far back as the Big Bang. No, not that far. I mean like when the sun just was formed, and then we could like see a time lapse.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think I think that is a good idea. That might be something we explore. I think really just figuring out the visuals, because like we'd have to do research on each planet and figure out what they look like at that older state. Because for Earth we know a lot about older plate tectonic stuff, but for Jupiter and like the other planets we don't.
Not so much.
Yeah, I don't know how much research is there.
I do remember though that if I remember correctly, I think Mercury was just something but gray, and then over time it slowly turned yellow. I don't really remember. I remember I had to do for my science class. I had to do a final project. I had to do it on the solar system. I remember that
is cool.
It was, it took me forever, but it was really interesting.
Yeah, it does sound really interesting, and it might take us forever too, which is why I think we haven't explored it yet. But that's a cool.
6 months.
Oh wow! All right, thanks for. I'm gonna go to another question, but thanks again for letting us know about that.
Hey.
All right, let's do Ninja Toss. Hey, Ninja Toss.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes.
Hello.
Not related to the Beyond, but I remember kind of like a year ago, you guys said that you were working on like this civilization garden. Is this still a thing, or did you guys scratch the idea already?
Emily, you've seen the civilization garden.
Yeah, it very much will be a thing. We did have to put it on hold in order to work on or completely focus on development for the Beyond. but it definitely will be released at some point. We're just not sure when. We do have it on our
Roadmap.
timeline. Yeah, on our roadmap. Thank you, Hinaro.
Have
We do
we-
have it on our roadmap. So
Yeah,
we are
have we
planning to.
teased? Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, Emily. Have we teased any pictures of what it looks like?
We did for a while
Yeah.
when we thought it was going to be released sooner, but again, we had to delay it because of the Beyond. I think we also delayed it because of mammals as well, so it's just been put on hold
Yeah, I
twice
think
now.
it was released before it was not released, but I mean you guys kind of like teased it before you guys revamped the whole Animal Garden. So
Yeah,
I was
actually, it kind
I
of
was not
inspired.
sure if, like
Yeah.
your opinion.
Well, yeah, it will be released at some point. We're just not sure when, but it did kind of release it inspired the mammals garden that is currently in the game. So it was cool developing that because it provided to be a stepping stone to the mammal garden. And we're excited to release it in the game at some point. Just first, we're focusing on the Beyond, then we'll shift our attention more towards that. But it definitely will be in the game at some point, whether it be at the end of this year or sometime next year.
Nice. That was my question. Thanks.
Wait, Ninja Toss, what's your
Thank you.
favorite civilization garden? Do you like the one with the monkey cooking, or do you like
no.
do you like the medieval one, or do you like the one with the stones? What's your favorite one?
I think it must be the monkeys cooking.
Nice. Yeah, that
Awesome.
that one's good. Yeah. And yeah, so hopefully we talked about the astronomy content, and the astronomy is going to be on the civilization tree. So that will probably be a good time for us to add more content to the civilization and also redo those gardens. But yeah, it's a little ways. But yeah, thank you so much for the question.
Yeah, well,
Let's looks like we got Air 404 is back again. Let's see what they have to say.
Again.
Hey.
No, here's a question. It's about the Beyond. There are actually, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the solar system used to have more planets that aren't like current dwarf planets. Are you willing to add those if you know what they are?
Ryan, did you know about this? Extra planets?
I do believe we have like obviously I think if you got farther into far enough into the Beyond, we have the speculated planet X or the 9th planet. So that we do have some speculative that people are sure that exists but don't. But obviously if you're just talking about dwarf planets all around the Kuiper Belt, there's a lot of them. Like there's a lot of objects in the Kuiper Belt that are pretty big, pretty decent size, and probably won't have enough space to put them all. But yeah, I mean, if there's another big one, yeah.
Yeah, Air, was there a
Yeah.
specific dwarf planet you were talking about?
That's not the one I'm talking about. There were actually 2 planets that we lost. One of them was the reason the moon was formed, and the other one's the reason why the Kuiper Belt and Neptune are like they are.
Oh.
We actually lost some planets. I suggest you look them up if you want more information.
Do they have names?
Theia and Hades.
Hades and what's the first one?
Theia.
Theia.
Oh, Theia and Hades. Oh, cool.
Oh, like
awesome.
the Greek gods.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. This seems like a Nisa question. If she were here, I'm sure she'd love to talk about it.
She's actually in the audience right now. There she is.
Oh, let's see.
Sorry, I was lurking. I'm gonna unlurk. We do actually know about those. We mention Theia, though not by name, in the description for the moon. And I was hoping to actually hang on to some of that information about those other celestial bodies that were destroyed during earlier phases of the solar system, possibly either in achievements or just in some later content.
Very cool. Eric, thanks for the question. We got another question from Reason for the Greason.
Okay, this is a short one. So you just have to answer and Will this Q&A be uploaded to YouTube?
No.
Ah.
Oh, I thought we
I
were.
think
Wait,
it is
what?
being.
L button. The Q&A will be recorded, and we will upload the recording to the server. However, if the Q&A is uploaded to YouTube or not, that's on to Nisa or Lunch to decide. But we will have recordings. I'll say that.
Okay. That's all I needed to.
Yeah, I plan to put it up on the YouTube. Awesome, cool. Let's see. So we have time for a few more questions. Let's see. So if anyone has any final questions, and then Sir H, if you just want to look through the written questions, if there's some other good ones in there, we can read them.
Oh, well, there's one particular one certain people wanted me to read. Do any of y'all have pets?
Yes.
And no,
Good
Nero
question.
I have 2 cats, or my wife owns 2 cats, so they're kind of mine.
My cat is actually my icon, the love of my
What?
life. His name is
Aw.
Vinny because he actually has a clipped ear. That's how in Connecticut, where he was found, they have to clip their ears to let them know that they got the snip snip. And we named him Vinny after Vincent van Gogh because it was the same ear. So felt like it was fate.
Another
Um,
interesting question I read
Sorry.
is Beyond the best update.
Yes, it's the best update.
So far.
I want to push for plants, and the plants will be the best update.
Yes. I'm
Oh,
also
yes.
team plants.
Good stuff.
I'm team arthropods in the future, whenever that may be.
Oh, yeah. I'm also on that team.
Yeah, I
I'm
also want
team-
to. Also, I would love to see arthropods as well, and other like molluscules or other like non-vertebrate animals as well.
I'm team plants and arthropods have life cycles that are interconnected and intertwined, so we have to do both of them at the same time.
Wow.
Nice.
Team Dyson
Mind
Sphere.
blown.
Your opinion on Terraria?
Good game. Yeah, I've played a bit of it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's
All
classic.
right. Next question. Will there be achievements for Beyond?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there will be.
Mhm.
They should be in a beta coming up soon, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just working on editing them right now.
People are curious if you guys intend to do something to prevent people from changing their dates and times to progress faster.
Right now we have if you do change the time, there's like a cap. You can only get like 1 year of production. We also, if you do it too many times, the game will flag you, and your score will get flagged as a cheater. I don't think the only other way to prevent it would be to do a server check, which requires you to be connected to the internet. I don't know if we want to do that. We like to allow players to play the game offline, so we may not implement that security check.
How many levels are there to the Faces of Beyond? So how many faces are there?
Well, in the current beta, I think there's 10. However, we're still working a lot on the progression, so there may be more ranks added, and the content might get shifted around. We also are trying to figure out how to do the prestige mechanic. Ryan had a really cool idea about like a black hole that you're feeding to build the Milky Way galaxy. So there's still a lot of stuff progression wise that's up in the air.
But it won't be like the dinosaurs. We had a lot of feedback from people's thoughts on the prestige system we had for the dinosaurs, and taking those comments and pieces of feedback, I think we're going to try to avoid some of the things people didn't like.
Will missing cards be fixed during the release of Beyond?
Yeah, those at least the cards missing in the current Beyond update that should be fixed maybe on Tuesday. We're Hanero, you're working on that right now.
Yeah, yes, I'm working on that. Yeah, it should be fixed on the next patch.
All right. Will the planets that you unlock in the Beyond show up in the main stipulation?
Probably not because of memory issues. I don't know if the main scene if we can have all that stuff in there and it'll still run well. We're running into some performance issues on the main sim.
All right. If you could add one more dinosaur to the Mesozoic Valley, what would it be?
I don't know too many
Oh.
dinosaurs.
Fair enough.
I'd really like to add in more like proto mammals. So not really dinosaurs, but other contemporary creatures that were around in like maybe the sort of the like late Cretaceous period.
Yeah, I'd like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the Cynodont, but there were probably more.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I think Mesozoic Valley added all my favorite dinosaurs in it already, so I'm happy.
Archie.
I think I will add one. Like I forgot the name. I think it's called Psychosaurus. It's kind of like have like a. It looks like a parrot beak. I don't know. I don't recall the name exactly, but yeah, it looks cool. I think it was fun with fighting with and a fossil remain with another dinosaur. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
No, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Now that I'm thinking about it, Archie needs a friend. Maybe I'll get an Archie girlfriend or something. That's what I want added to Mrs. Oak Valley.
Is it another Archosaurus or a different species?
Another Archie. It could be another species. It doesn't have to be an Archosaur, but Archie needs a friend.
Interspecies relationship.
That's epic.
Yes, good stuff.
Maybe a girlfriend. I just joking.
Do you guys have an ending plan for the game?
Yeah, we have a few different ideas. So we're working towards them. Hopefully, there'll be some new story elements that we add when we release the Beyond.
Yeah,
We got two people requesting to speak. Pick those up.
Let's get. Anissa, did you have something?
No, I was just going to say that yeah, we've been doing some kind of outlining and brainstorming ideas for potential ends for the game, but we're still workshopping stuff.
The heat death of the universe.
Yeah.
Okay,
That one's inevitable.
Let's take like two more questions. I see there's some people. So we got XID Zeke. Hey. Hey, we don't hear you yet.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Okay, I have a visual question. After the button Prestige will be clicked, then a black hole instead of sun appears. Destroy our system.
Oh, you're talking about the Prestige, an idea for
Prestige in Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want
instead of sun will be a black hole appear and destroy a solar system.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil everything that we're planning, because that's not even guaranteed. But
this was just your idea, so you could share what you were thinking.
This was close to one of the ideas that I had for Prestige. So if we move forward with that idea, maybe you might see something like that.
We want to talk about the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, so that may be part of the Prestige.
Oh. Okay, great for my questions. Goodbye.
Cool, thank you. All right, let's take Daniel, and then we're probably going to close it out. So, hey, Daniel.
Hi.
Hey.
So, will there be beyond our solar system, or is there just our solar system in this?
Yes, there will be beyond the solar system. Well, for the release, it's mostly going to be the solar system out to Alpha Centauri, the nearest star system. But we do plan to go out into the Milky Way and maybe even visit some of the galaxies that are close by. We actually have, if you're playing the Beyond Beta, the stars that you see in the background are the actual stars, their correct positions. So we have a actual star map of the galaxy and a lot of the universe. So we do want to explore that. It's unclear what content will be there. I think we'll pick out more popular stars. It might be fun to try to find exoplanets that are suitable for life. There's also a lot of great phenomena that occurs in the universe, like quasars and nebulas. So some of those things would be fun to unlock, but that'll be later on.
Right, and also, what about, this is just like an idea I could recommend, but what if we made references to like other games and all?
What games would you want us to reference?
I don't know, like one I recommend. I don't know if anyone in this meeting thing has ever heard of something called Subnautica. Like the 2 planets mentioned in it, you can maybe use.
Oh, cool. What are the? Oh, okay. So is that the planet that Subnautica takes place on? The water planet?
They've heard of it.
The game, yes, yeah, it's very popular.
We've actually collaborated before with one of the writers on Subnautica.
Oh, like I think it's got like 4546B or something. I don't know, and then like Boreal 9 or something.
Yeah, that's a great. We'll have to get a secret achievement in there to find the Subnautica thing. And yeah, we one of the writers on Subnautica, he helped us out a little bit in our story.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, thanks for recommending that game. Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
if you're looking for references, I'm sure there are achievements will have quite a few of them. See if you can pick them out.
Oh yeah. We try to reference anything we can, so there'll be plenty of like pop culture sci-fi references in secret achievements and such.
all British rock music. It's all the
Yeah.
achievements, right, Nisa?
Some of my favorite things are old rock music and Star Trek, so expect lots of references to that kind of thing in the achievements this time around.
Great. Well, yeah, I think that's going to conclude the AMA. Adita, was there anything else we wanted to touch on?
Oh, there are last couple few text questions if you wanted to answer.
Okay, yeah, let's do them really quick.
Okay, so what do you think about the future updates after Beyond?
I think we're excited about. I mean, people said they want to see plants and arthropods, so we're very excited about those. But we gotta get this one out first.
Yeah.
We were tired of seeing the meme, the Beyond is coming. So that's why we shelved like the Civ tree and all that stuff. I mean, we were sick and tired of it. So we're gonna release it so you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it hurts our feelings when you guys are
We
like
just
coming
gotta give the
soon,
people what they
trademark.
want.
Yeah.
Are you planning on adding more levels and content to the Mesozoic Valley in the future?
Yes, we do. We do know there's some pacing issues, so that is something we would like to give attention to. But it might be a decision like, do we do arthropods or plants, or do we tune the Mesozoic Valley? So if the question is like get new content or adjust old content, sometimes it's more exciting to get new content.
Makes sense. Okay, so will anything special happen after you get all the stars in the constellation?
It's a secret.
Fair enough. Okay, so what's the energy used for in the Beyond?
So I think we touched on that a bit before. The energy was kind of it was another currency we were experimenting with when we were prototyping the early days of the Beyond, and that currency was tied to the future stuff. So like building Dyson Sphere, colonizing other planets. It's kind of just like a speculative future. That's something we still want to do, and that was kind of the currency we were thinking. But for now, we're just gonna focus on the celestial bodies for the first phase of Beyond.
Yeah, makes sense. Will Beyond have prestige ranks?
Can you repeat that?
Yes, it will have beyond. It will have. Well, it's not going to be like the Mesozoic Valley. So I think you might be upgrading the Milky Way, but you won't restart all your progress. It'll move forward. Yeah.
Oh yes,
All right.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that seemed like that was one of the biggest pieces of feedback we had with the Mesozoic Valley, is that people didn't like restarting all their simulation over and over to Prestige. So we can't say for sure what exactly we're gonna do for the Beyond, but for the Prestige and the Beyond, we kind of do want to move away from having people completely reset their stuff.
Right. So last question of the day. Are translations open to the community? Can we contribute to it?
So currently, translations aren't open to the community. We've moved into a slightly more streamlined way of doing our localization, just for quality control reasons, mostly. However, if you do notice any like really glaring typos, or you have any corrections that are just sort of like one-offs that you'd like to let us know about so that we can fix them, you can email us at lunch@computerlunch.com. And I'll see those, and I can put any quick fixes in the game and make sure that those get resolved, so we don't have like, glaring misspellings, or, the word trunk like for a car is used instead of trunk for an elephant, that kind of thing. So yeah, if there's anything like that, just let us know. But we are currently like the translation. Currently, we're just sticking to just more professional translation for those.
Very good. And with that final question, I think we'll close it. Thank you everyone for showing up. This was a lot of fun, giving Discord stage a try. Adita and Sir H, thank you so much for helping set this up and recommending it. This was great.
Yeah.
We are going to be posting this later, so if you missed part of it, you can hear the recording another time. All right. Thank you so much. Adita, how do we end it?
Yeah, you just leave. That's all.
We just leave. All right. Bye, everyone. See you
Thanks,
later.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Stay
Bye.
cellular, everyone.
Yeah, stay cellular.
Yeah.
This
See
was
you
a lot of
later.
fun.